Hey everyone, Dave here. So Guy and I just had a trip to Tokyo where a lot of mad things happened. We originally planned to just make one mini episode about this. However, we had so much extra stuff happen that we didn't expect that we're actually making 3 mini episodes about our trip to Tokyo. And we're going to release them every 2 weeks. So you'll have this one now and then a regular episode, then the next one will come out after that. So this is our first one. Please excuse the sound quality. We recorded this on a combination of a Zoom mic and also our iPhones as well. So please bear with us and bear with the quality.
Welcome to the Shinkansen. This is the Nozomi Super Express, bound for Tokyo.
Hello, Guy.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing?
Sleepy.
You look very sleepy. This is not going to sound like a regular episode.
No, as you may be able to hear, the dreamlike whir of the Shinkansen in the background as we pulsate our way through Japan.
Very poetic. Oh, someone coughing in the background.
Jesus
Keep that
Christ,
in.
bloody Ebola syndrome.
This has been much harder to do than I foresaw.
This will be our first and last episode on location.
Yeah. We're sitting in a carriage that is not our carriage, in seats that are not our seats. We had to move because we've got 2 screaming babies next to us, and now we're in a carriage with someone dying of
The Ebola
syndrome. So yes, we're on our way to Tokyo, and we hinted at this last week in our Soft Skin episode. We're heading to a screening of 2 Hisayasu Sato films. The first one being his new film, which has just come out.
Hidaruma KAITA yo, aka Dear KAITA Ablaze, which looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, the trailer looks awesome. Not a pink film, but yeah, it looks really, really good. Very excited for that. So that's what we'll be watching first. And
then, after that, a talk.
More excitingly.
Well, a talk with
the talk. Yeah.
The director himself. Sato's going to be there presenting his new film, as well as the cast of the film. And then, after that, which is the main reason we are going down to Tokyo, is for a very, very special one-off screening of his debut film, Kurutta Shokkaku, which is Distorted Sense of Touch, aka Geki Ai Lolita Matsuryo, which is Fierce Lolita Hochi.
You have to say the E sounds very softly because this mic pops.
Yes, which I guess is the Pink cinema title.
I'm very excited about that. But you said we were just looking on Twitter, and it looks like that might be getting possibly a release.
Yes, so we're now December 29th, and the version we're seeing is a kind of special one-off screening. It's going to be projected by Sato himself from 16mm, and then after that in early January it's getting another cinema run of a apparently restored version. So it looks like they've already restored it, which will hopefully mean it'll get a release.
It's pretty exciting.
It is, because this is a film that has never been released since its cinema debut, which is in 85, which is insane.
So hard to see this film.
And I heard people talking about it on Twitter saying they last saw it like 15 years ago, and it's like, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see it.
Very exciting.
Unless it gets released, which it seems like it is. So this will be old news very soon, who knows.
By the time this comes out, everyone's like, yeah, we've seen it.
It was bad.
It wasn't very good.
It's no splatter naked blood, is it?
But yeah, very exciting stuff.
Very, very exciting. And yeah, he's going to be there as well, which is cool. We've seen pictures of him like hanging around the lobby, taking pictures with fans, signing things. So hopefully we can get a few words in, get a picture taken.
I've got my Soft Skin cinema pamphlet.
Nice.
Which I used in the last episode to add some extra information that Tana translated. I forgot to mention that last episode.
Thank you, Tana.
Hopefully he'll sign that, and might grab a copy of Ai's Dream on Blu-ray as well.
Hoping that's going to be there on sale.
Exciting stuff. So the next time we talk to you will be in Shinjuku. cinema, giving Sato a big old kiss on the mouth.
Or a lick on the eye, as he would probably prefer.
とりあえずですね、この師走お忙しい中、足を運んでいただき、どうもありがとうございます。監督の佐藤久康です。短い時間になりますけど、最後までお付き合いください。よろしくお願いいたします。
All right. Well, screening number 1
Done and dusted.
in the can.
Yeah.
So we just got out the screening of Sato's new film, Dear KAITA Ablaze, aka Hidaruma Kaita Yo. Yeah.
And we just got some things signed by Sato himself.
He's a lovely chap. He's actually standing about 3 feet away from us.
Yeah, you can probably hear him in the background. Of this.
Cackling like a madman, shaking everyone's hands. He's a delight.
He was very excited to see that Yowarakai had a cinema pamphlet, the soft skin pamphlet. Yeah, he was like, oh, that's kashi, nostalgic.
Yeah, he also said only maniacs have this.
Yeah.
So it makes you a maniac.
I get called a maniac a lot.
You
Japan.
do look a bit funny.
Yeah. Yes, so the film itself, I'm not going to lie, mate, I did not understand much of it at all. It was very dialogue heavy,
Yeah.
and my Japanese is terrible. And it also seemed pretty
It was
poetic.
very poetic, very arty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. It was very dialogue heavy, and there was plenty that went over my head.
Everything went over my head.
It's crazy because it's like, again, Sato with a budget. He had a big budget for this one.
Did he really?
So it looked. I feel like this looks so much more polished than anything else I've seen of his.
I will say, it looked nice. It's not shot on film.
No.
It looked really nice, especially compared to some of his other like post-2000 films.
Yeah.
Like the locations were really cool as well.
Yeah, and I think he was talking about where he films, like, along caves and in the seas, and also I think he filmed in the suicide forest.
Really?
I heard him talking about
okay.
Aokigahara, yeah, so I think he actually filmed in the suicide forest, which is when they dug up all those bones from the trees, which makes sense thematically.
I did hear the word jisatsu, suicide, a lot in that film.
Yeah, it's pretty relative, isn't it?
So can you give us a rundown of the plot for me as well? Because I
No, I can't.
No. There's a group of performers.
Yeah, it was funny because it started off and we're introduced to these people and they have been through some kind of like lab experiment where they've developed or been tested for like telekinetic powers.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah,
that was
this
I was like, this is
great.
it.
This is
Yeah.
right up my alley. But then it shifted and focused on this performance art or contemporary dance group and then I lost a bit of interest.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, following their performances throughout Japan and what message they were trying to give. I mean, there were multiple plots that ran alongside each other, but that was kind of the main one.
Yeah, it was very hard for me to follow, and I liked it visually, but as a narrative, I mean, I can't really comment on it too much because I need subtitles to fully understand it. But it wasn't one of my favorites.
No, I'm gonna hold back judgment until I see it again with subtitles because it's one that is so, I think, dialogue and thematically very heavy. He seriously had a very strong point he wanted to make and tell here that I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm also holding back judgment. There were so many moments in this that were fucking insane though. Like, there's a bit where it cuts to like this footage of the city and just shots of masks over the top.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
that was bonkers. And it had maybe the most disgusting thing I've seen in a Sato film as well.
Which
There's
one?
like a recurring image of these tongues that are
that's
covered
grim.
with like spikes or like bits of skin.
The devil's tongue,
That stuff was really repulsive.
Didn't realize how gross tongues were before seeing this.
It's a very tongue-heavy film.
It is tongue heavy.
No eyeball licking in this one, though.
I thought we were going to get one because there was a time where a tongue came close to a ball.
Yeah, there were a lot of like eyeball close-ups intercut with tongue close-ups. So I'm like, here we go.
Classic.
They're going to connect anytime.
Thank God we didn't.
Yeah, very, very interesting watch, though.
We both picked up a pamphlet, so we're going to have to read through there, try and decipher what we've just witnessed.
sure.
But until then, we have a quick break, and then
This
off
is
to see
exciting.
his debut film, which is a sold-out screening.
And it's getting projected on 16 mil.
Yes.
They've got. We said that already, but we went in there, saw the projector set up. It's fucking exciting.
And the starring actor is also coming for the
Awesome.
talk, so
Amazing.
lots of fun things to come.
Can't wait. See you then.
真ん中も真ん中の方もお客さんもインターナショナルになってそうですねそのベッチじゃあということで
We have a friend of the podcast here, Eggy.
guest.
Eggy-san is a special guest today. Eggy, you just watched the Sato film as well, Distorted Sense of Touch. What's your review of the film?
It's so impressive. So I can't say any words. So I already said, fucking A.
Thank you very much, Eggy-san.
Fucking A. All right, well, we just got out of the screening of Sato's debut film, and
It was fucking perfect.
it really was. It was incredible.
I really knew nothing about that going in because you can't see it anywhere. And I was expecting to enjoy it, but not for it to be one of his best films that I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it really is one of his best films.
Yeah. And it is that kind of early Sato style where it's very punky. So punky that he uses a Sex Pistols song at the end of the film.
It was pure raw energy, so stuffed full of grimness and there's so much blood. It had everything that everyone wants from a Sato film, like pumped up to 10.
Yeah, it was gruesome. There was a very upsetting scene with a tennis racket getting put in a place that it shouldn't go.
Yep.
There was Kiyomi Ito, who plays one of the main characters. She was amazing.
God. A lot smaller than I was expecting.
Yeah, she's a tiny lady.
She's a wee one.
I didn't realize that. There was so much stuff that was filmed in public as well that really blew my mind.
Yes.
He said, we spoke to him after the film for 2 hours. Him, and we also spoke to Imaizumi Koichi, who's in a lot of his movies. And yeah, we spoke about them like filming stuff outdoors without permission and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When I think about like Japanese films that have like these guerrilla film, shots taken, I always go back to like Shosun Fukui's films, Gerarist, and that amazing scene in Pinocchio 964. This like matched that level of intensity. Imagine being in the middle of Shinjuku, the busiest district in Tokyo, and with hundreds of people walking around, and a woman getting her clothes ripped off and screaming whilst a bunch of onlookers around them just stare terrified, not knowing what to do. It is insane. I couldn't believe some of the levels that they went to in this.
It was so good. It was incredible how like this is his first film, but it felt like he already knew exactly what he wanted.
He
right?
mastered his craft.
It was incredible.
Day one.
Yeah. And yeah, one of, as you said, like one of his most violent films as well. Some very like upsetting scenes. Also a little bit funny in parts.
I
as well.
laughed. I don't know if I was supposed to, but I
think
laughed.
it's like blackly funny in parts. And I loved seeing all the locations. So there's a lot of scenes like shot in a pink theater, which were really cool. And yeah, just did he say like that the last scene there's like an amazing final shot with the main character walking off into the streets, and he shot that on
Is it the Children's Day?
no, what's the other one?
Was it Shichigo-san? Oh, the coming of age day?
We got Tana helping us out here. Yeah, the coming of age day. So you could see a lot of people in kimonos and just this big crowd at the end. That was amazing. I honestly, I'm not exaggerating, I nearly cried in the final scene because I was so happy watching this film.
Well, it's funny you say that because after we had the talk, like Sato came out and the main actor came out on stage and talked, and Sato himself said he cried.
Really?
He went to the bathroom because he started tearing up. He said, like, obviously it's his first film. He's got loads of memories attached to it, and kind of watching again, revisiting all of those memories, he got choked up and had to take a little toilet break.
That's incredible.
So yeah, he came out on stage and you could see he was like kind of a bit choked up, like struggling for words.
The main actor, not so much.
He didn't really like it, did he?
Didn't you said to him, like, oh, great job, and he just went, nah.
Yes.
No.
And actually, before
He wrote the script as well, right?
did he?
I think so. No? Oh, not for that one, but he is a script writer as well. Thanks, Tana.
Yeah. When before the film started, I was talking to him in the lobby, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see this film." And he said, "All I have to say is sorry." He doesn't seem like he's too proud of it, but after I spoke to him and I was like, "That's fucking amazing," and he was just like,
Nah.
"No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm going home." He went home, and then Sato came out. He's like, "Where is he?" He's like, "He's gone," and he's like, "Back."
Yeah, that was great as well after the screening, getting the chance to talk to Sato. And let's just move somewhere else. Keep that in the pod. That was he really swatted at us as well.
Tokyo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome to Tokyo, cunts.
Let's just keep that in. Where were we?
Oh, and it was funny. So after the screening, Sato came out in the lobby, we're chatting to him, and we previously told him how excited we were to see it, and then he kind of almost like sheepishly approached us and was like, "So guys, how was it?" Yeah. oh, bless him.
And we spoke to Imaizumi Koichi, spoke to Tana for about, was that 45 minutes or something?
Oh yeah. Oh, good, great. We got lots of information. Should we talk about the information we got?
What was the best stuff that we got?
Well, we learned about how he came to be friends with Issei Sagawa.
知り合いだからちょっと俺興味があって、それで知り合いがちょうど3月さんいたんで紹介してもらって、でその後肉を食いに行ったっていう最初にねどこか
which was through a mutual friend, and they met up one day in this area, I think it was, and they said that they went to go eat meat together.
Tana, just come join. Just join. Come in closer so we can hear you.
What happened? How did they meet?
Oh, they were introduced through a mutual friend, and then they met at a cafe somewhere around here. Shinjuku is his hangout, and then later on, it was a throwaway comment, but he was like, "Oh, and then we went to eat yakiniku later."
So
With a cannibal.
eating meat with I wonder if he cooked it or he had it raw.
Oh. Well, let's not get into him cooking people.
But when Sagawa died, there were, of course, it wasn't a public event. There were 5 people who attended the funeral, Sato being one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's mad.
Quite bad. It was also kind of awkward when he was like, "Oh yeah, he passed away recently," and we're like, "Oh yeah, very sad." But it's like
killer cannibal.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a relationship, didn't they?
Wow. Yeah, that was very interesting. There's stuff about we were asking about Name Means Yes.
Yeah,
as well. That
I had
was
lots of
pretty
questions.
Fascinating.
So Name Means Yes, the title that he's never heard of. So I guess someone has
He
just
was like, "What film?"
yeah. And he was like, "Wait, where did you see it?" And we're like, it's off a dodgy website. And he's like, "Fuck, who uploaded it?" And he was saying that, like, it's never been released. So one of the few people that he gave copies to would have uploaded it. So he was like, "Fuck it, who was it? Who was the fucker that did it?"
Yeah.
He was really pissed off about hearing that.
That makes sense because when we watch at it, it looks like a film, like a 16mm print that's been dubbed onto VHS. So that kind of confirms it there.
But also, funny thing he told us about that film. So he first made Horsewoman Dog, which was a big hit. And then so there was a demand for more horse stuff. So he got a bigger budget thing to do a horse. And he said, a horse film. But apparently, like, renting a horse is expensive. Yeah. He said, like, more than actresses.
More than dogs.
Yeah.
More than definitely more than dogs.
But am I right? Did I understand right that he was saying when he made it, he kind of presented it to a company and they refused it under an animal rights
that's what
act?
Alex was saying that he was helping translate that. It got refused.
Got refused
by, I don't know if it was the company that produced it, but like whoever screens it, the board that checks things before it's screened, it got refused. So that means it's never been
released.
Screened.
Oh, he said so. It screened for the same film festival we're at now last week or earlier this week, and he said that was the first time it had a 16mm screening.
Man, I really wish we had have gone to that.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Wow, incredible stuff though.
Oh, and regards to the release of his debut film, we asked about that, and apparently it's tied up in a big old copyright problem with Sex Pistols and Frank Sinatra.
Well, that's when we were watching it, I'm like, why the fuck hasn't this been released? And then the final scene kicks in, and we're like, oh yeah, that's why, because it's using the Sid Vicious cover of My Way in the final scenes. And the main actor made an interesting point that Goodfellas, the final scene of Goodfellas, uses that. But this is like 5 or 6 years before Goodfellas.
I don't know when Goodfellas came out.
It's like early 90s, I think. So I guess Scorsese watched Lolita Poaching and ripped that off. Yeah.
But apparently they had the choice, like if they just like change the music, then they can release it. But Sato doesn't want to do that, so he's been trying to overcome this copyright issue, and apparently it was going pretty well. But then the music, whoever owns the music rights to, I think it was one of them, changed companies, and it became a big old issue.
Sure.
And then it hasn't progressed any further. So I think he is trying, but from the actor who we spoke to, he said there is zero chance this will be released.
He was
So
like, nah.
the only way to watch it is through a fucking screening by Sato himself.
And they also were saying that is probably the last time it will be screened in the 16mm format, right? Because they've done a digital remaster of it, so it won't be screened again through that projector. That was really exciting, watching it with that projector whirring in the background
Just
as well.
when it just fired, I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
hell
there
yeah.
we go.
And it looked fantastic as
It
well.
did,
I was expecting it to be like a mess in terms of like, the quality of the print, but it looked absolutely awesome.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. I think within like the first couple of minutes, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good," almost instantly.
Great. it was perfect.
It's so great.
So we're gonna go check into our hotel and then hook up with Sato again for drinks.
Apparently.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see you next week.
I don't know.
For Bloody Buns.
Oh God.
That's quite a step down.
Yeah.
In the excitement scale.
Oh, I'm
And
down
yeah,
now.
Follow us on Twitter. Seems weird to be saying this
In the middle of Shinjuku.
In the middle of Shinjuku.
Outside Mahjong Zoo. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, and follow Sato on Twitter as well.
He's a good egg.
One more thing to add, just while we're talking about social media, it was very funny watching him take a selfie with the crowd.
Yeah.
Because
He's like a lost old man, isn't he?
And he kept on like being like, "Oh, we need something for the social media." He's like us.
Yeah.
Like when we're out, it's like, "Oh, something for the social media. Come on."
What was the best thing? So at the very end, he was talking about us being in the arguments, and he was like, "We've become international."
Yeah.
And then in English, he said, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah, he like when we were taking photos, "Son of a bitch." Oh God!
I love it.
What a way to end that screening.
But the day is not over yet.
All right,
We're going out.
see you next time.
Bye.
So